Judy from Craftpreneur Fairy. Today we thought we would talk to you about what we take to the craft fairs with us, especially our rolly car. We take a lot of stuff. You have to take your displays, your product, of course. If you're doing an outside show, you have to take your tent and something to anchor your tent down. If you're doing an inside show, you may have to take your wall treatments. But one thing that we always take, no matter whether it's an indoor show or an outdoor show, is our rolly cart. And this is our rolly cart. It's on wheels, and this cart fits perfectly right under the table that we use. We put out tissue paper so we can wrap our soap and our small items up before we give them to customers when we're doing their orders. And it fits right under there, so it's really nice. And we keep this pretty much packed with their essentials. We check before each show so we know if we're out of something, so we can pack something else in there. The first thing is, let me show you, is our bottom drawer. This is our bottom drawer. We always have a tablet of paper. You might want to write down receipts or notes or something a suggestion a customer gives you. So always have a tablet of paper. We have in here our bags. We have nice paper bags with the handles on it, but we also have just plain white bags. Just in case we run out of these, you always want to back up. And the very bottom is also a box of the plastic bags. There has been the rare occasion when a customer does not want a paper bag, they actually want the plastic, like grocery sacks, and we have those just in case. We also have in the bottom drawer our receipts. Most of our customers actually use credit cards now, and they're emailed a receipt, but some of them actually want us to print up a paper receipt for them, and that's what we use. It's all with our logo and everything and our address. We have in here a gallon bag, and in it we have napkins and plastic utensils. It's really expensive if you eat at the craft fairs, especially if you're going to be there for 3 days. Food gets expensive, so we often pack our own in a cooler. So it's always good to have napkins and forks and spoons. And then we also have spare tissue paper. We wrap all of our soap and our small items in tissue paper, so we always pack some extra in the bottom drawer just to be safe. Put this all back. In the top drawer, this is the one that gets used the most. In it we have, this is from our PayPal chip reader, and in it we have the cord to charge it. Oops, can't get it closed there. We have a cord so we can charge our iPhones or our iPads, because that's what we use to run credit cards. And we also keep up to date on our sales on Etsy, just in case we don't sell anything twice. We also keep in here a wall charger. Some shows do have electricity, so you can plug your device into the wall to charge it. If they don't, we have an option which has really come in handy, called the Halo. The Halo you charge at home, and then when you get to a show and you need to charge something, you just hook it up to this and it charges your phones and your iPads and any other small device. It wouldn't charge like a computer, but it will charge the smaller devices. And it has a USB plug, so we can just plug those right in. We have a backup card reader charger. We get one from Etsy, because we do have an Etsy shop if we want to charge there. Now we also take tools with us, because it never fails. During setup, something will happen and we'll need something, and you never know when you're going to need a tool. So we always have a pair of scissors, a pair of pliers, and a flathead screwdriver, the basics. Those have come in handy more times than I can tell you. We keep a lint roller. I have it wrapped in a plastic bag so it won't stick to anything. Lint roller, you might want to get that lint off your table cover. We sell clothing, so we're always, touching up the clothing, but you never know when you're going to need that. We have hand sanitizers, just because. And we have tissues, same reason. We take snacks just because we get hungry. It's always good to have something. These are really nutritional. It's like fruit and nuts, raisins and stuff. So that's always good. We usually have gum and mints in here, but that seems to be something we're missing that we'll have to get before the next show. I sell soap, so we have little displays, and we keep extra few of those in our cart. We also have pens and pencils, just because you always want to write something down and you don't want to be without a pen or a pencil. We have safety pins because one of those things, you never know, and you don't want to be caught without. Even if you don't sell clothing, maybe the tablecloth on your display needs a little, adjustment. Safety pins. We have a bag of clear Ziploc bags, and this is for smaller items that when we sell to customers, so it doesn't get lost in their bags. Sometimes they just want to put this bag in their purse, which is fine. We stick our business card in here along with a smaller item, and they can just take it and go. This bag I use, it just has more pricing labels. I have more in here. We have paper clips and business cards, because people always give me business cards, so it's nice to have some place to put them. We keep a box of business cards in here. We can put a business card in with everybody that orders, so they know where to reach us in the future if they have any problems with their order. And then we always have Scotch tape, because you need Scotch tape. It's just one of those things. And the last thing in this drawer is our label box. It's probably seen better days. So I take extra hang labels, and I also bring extra sticky labels. You're going to try your hardest to get everything priced before you go, but you never know. Things get lost in transport. I forgot to label a whole batch of soap once until we got to an event, so it's a good thing that we had these. Okay, put everything back in the drawer. And this drawer, you can try your hardest to keep it nice and neat and organized. By the end of a show, it never looks nice and neat and organized. Everything is just put in here, especially at the last minute when you're packing up. Everything's just crammed in there. And then a cash box. It sits right on top, so it's really convenient. And this, like I said, this just rolls right under the table. So of course we keep our cash in here, but there's a couple other. This is our PayPal reader. It's a chip reader for the new credit cards, but I always keep the old card reader as well as a backup. This is Bluetooth, so I don't have to actually hook it to my phone, but if something were to happen and I couldn't do Bluetooth, this actually plugs into the phone, much like the Etsy reader, so we always have a backup for that. We keep a Sharpie and more pens because you don't want to be without. We have our mints in here. And another thing we have found essential when we do shows, we have a small container of Tylenol and a small container of Pepto-Bismol, just because stuff happens at events. I do this with my daughters. We try to bring our own food, but there's always stuff you want to try, and you just take my advice. Always have a little Pepto with you. And that's what we take in our little rolly cart. I'm going to make a list so you can print it out, so you can have your own list, adjust it to what you need. I often pack my fairy ears in here because our business is fairy, and people think that's really cool when I show up at an event with fairy ears. So we take fairy ears and glitter and a little bit of glue. But you might have something else that you just want as an essential to all your craft events, and then you can just put it in the cart and away you go. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them below. Give us a thumbs up and be sure to share. And we will see you next time. Bye.